This phone's got a video setting and a cinematic setting. This is cinematic. Wonder what the difference is. I don't know. What could possibly be up today? Oh, I don't know. Maybe more hand sanding. Lots and lots of hand sanding. First, I gotta kill a wasp. I already got these finished out yesterday or so, I thought. It's weird. The regular focus is better, it seems like. Anyway, there's some fish hooks in there. Some funky scratches. So I'm gonna drop back to 150, get these funky scratches out, and sand back up to 400. If you don't like hand sanding, don't become a knife maker. Finally. Still not done. So I had a buddy over the other day, yesterday I think it was, and he's a traditional sort of guy, more into the mountain man, sort of traditional wood handle, antler handles type knife. He was looking at the knives I had on the desk there, and he looked at the air assault, and like, hey, there's a Rambo knife for you, and he kind of made this disgusted look. He didn't say anything, he just kind of, made a look that said, I don't want any of that Rambo mall knife crap. It's okay, I get it. Everyone has their preferences, he grew up in an era where, Daniel Boone was on TV and all that was romanticized. And I grew up in an era where, Rambo was romanticized. But it got me thinking. I remember watching this Christian sort of perspective video where a guy was talking. I think he's a pretty famous guy. You guys probably know who he is. Anyways, I think it was filmed back in the 70s. And it was talking about how beauty is objective. How it's, intrinsic in humans, and we recognize beauty when we see it. It was kind of railing against, modern art and abstract art, which I don't care for either. It's not my thing. I don't know if I agree with him. I don't think that beauty is objective. I do think that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I think that people gravitate towards certain things that they find beautiful and other people don't. That was an example of it. Like I'd pick a Rambo knife any day over, a traditional buffalo skinner or a Bowie. But that's me. That's what I find beautiful. I don't know, what do you guys think? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Another example would be like art knives, like $10,000 gold inlay with ivory, stone handles. Like for instance, I follow Kyle Reuter on YouTube. What knife maker doesn't? He's amazing. His skill is just mind-blowing. But I personally don't find that type of knife beautiful. I find it kind of gaudy, honestly. I find the craftsmanship amazing, and I respect that highly. Even if I practiced for years, I don't know if I could even get to that level. So I'm not saying that it's not worth it or worthy of the price. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about intrinsic beauty. Like I'm sure there's a lot of people that I know there is, because obviously those knives bring a lot of money, and that's what boils down to demand versus supply. And there's lots of people who I know find that they would say it's intrinsically beautiful. And I don't. So I just don't think that, I think beauty is subjective. I think it's varied, and I think that's better than one dictate of what is beautiful and what isn't. I don't know. There's the aftermath of 2.5 days of hand sanding. All right, so next I gotta clean this place up, get it kind of back in order, and get it ready for sheaths. But sheaths won't be the next thing. The next thing is gonna be, why am I showing you the grinder? I don't know, because I got nothing else to show you. The next thing is gonna be making the protecto plates for those knives that don't get sheaths, so I can get those out to their new owners, and then I'll come back and do the sheath. I think there's only a couple, maybe. I don't remember. I do want to do an extra sheath. It doesn't matter, you don't care. I'm gonna do an extra sheath. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in the house and make up the protecto plates and do the neon marks, the maker's marks, which is just, all I do is I put oil paint in there. And then I let it dry a little bit, and I take lighter fluid, Roncinol lighter fluid. Anyway, I use Roncinol lighter fluid, and I clean it up around it. That's all that is, and it stays in there forever. I'll go in and I'll print out the protecto plates, but I'll bring them out here and cut them out and show you how I do that if you're interested. Even if you're not interested, I'm gonna do it. Because I don't know what you're interested in, but I can't invite you in the house because unbeknownst to me, you might be a vampire. Just went for a quick ride. Maybe get a GoPro so you guys can go with me. That'll be exciting, right? I know, you're asking me, why are you going for a ride in the middle of a work day? Is, well, I had to get the essentials, the hillbilly essentials. Mountain Dew and chewing tobacco. I was out, you can't expect me to work under those conditions. Okay, it's a few hours later, I got the protective plates all printed out. I do a little graphics work on the air assault because I had never done one of those plates for it. I haven't made one in a long time, so that predated my protecto plate idea. I printed out 2 different sheets. They're the same protecto plates, just 2 different types of paper. This is what I normally use. I have to spray it because it's a sort of a matte finish. Just spray it glossy to make it glossy. This is a glossy paper that I've used before, but I didn't like it because the ink never really set on it. I don't have a laser printer, I got inkjet, so it would smear. But I want to try it again and see if it might have changed. I changed printers and I want to see if it helped. Let's see if it smears any. It doesn't, so I may go with this. We'll see. So I'm no expert at this. There's lots of people out there who make trading cards and they do a really amazing job. You can't tell the difference between them and a factory card. Mine you can. But I do the best I can, and I've gotten a little better over time. So what I'm saying is, if you follow this sort of tutorial, just know that there's probably a better way out there to do it. So I got 4 protecto plates to make. So I get out 4 trading cards. These are old G.I. Joe trading cards. And these will be the base. Get me a new blade. Omni grid. Just anything for a straight edge. I got my Inspector Gadget glasses on. You get the idea. All right, you see how I've got these butted end to end, front and back. That's how I do it and try to get, it helps me get everything squared up. So that's how I print them out. So then I just peel it back. So I've only got a little bit of the sticky showing. And I try to line everything up as best I can. I got a little bit off. It happens. Stick her down. Go ahead and pull this back part off. Bring it up to the top. Try not to stick it down anywhere on the bottom. Well, I'm gonna have to probably end up not using the cards. I'm gonna have to go to card stock, which is what I used before. Forgot this particular paper, you can see the card through it a little bit. There's a little bit of a shadow there. That'll be all right on this one. It's not too bad. All right, you need to trim it down. Okay, there's the final product. Like I say, it's not gonna be perfect, but it's pretty good for a homemade jobber, I think. I'll show you a close-up of these later on, because I'm proud of them, I like them. I think it's a cool little thing to do, and I like trading cards and collecting, and so this kind of trips my trigger. Okay, there's the cards cut out. I just took a trading card and used that as a template to cut these out. And this is just a comic book backer board. comic book backer board. You can use any kind of cardstock you want. I use those because I have comic books, and yeah, I got it on hand. Right. There's the Marauder card. There's the Z-Series medium. Big Trouble in Little China, if you hadn't figured it out. I think I already told you. Air Assault. The Dragon. This lighting sucks. Alright, what we have here is a Z-Series medium. The Big Trouble in Little China tribute knife. Got the Dragon of the Black Pool scales, the underscales. Varied grind, 154 cm stainless. The Big Trouble in Little China special Protecto plate. With the Dragon of the Black Pool on the back. There's the codes for it. Don't forget the Calumet Wolverines, class of 1984. Here's the M6 Dragon. Half-height grind, G10 orange scales, 1/8 inch black G10 scale spacers. There's the Protecto plate. Got Bruce Lee on it. And on the back, Chuck Norris. It's from Way of the Dragon. Get it? Dragon. M3 Marauder. The horrible blue canvas Carter scales with the 1/8 inch orange sci-fi spacers. Varied grind, 01 steel. There's the Protecto plate. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this one. Because I'm still mad at the Micarta. I like the knife. It just, Micarta really makes me angry. It finished out alright though. It's got some kind of blotchy, dry spots in it and some darker spots, but that's just part of the character. Hopefully it'll age out really cool looking.